Prosecutors, the state's public defender, and the Secretary of Juvenile Services, all present to provide a look at the current state of juvenile justice in Maryland.
Members of this body expect, as you should, that law enforcement keep the peace and protect the community. It is, however, too much to expect law enforcement, prosecutors, and courts to keep the public safe with their hands tied behind their backs. With the changes implemented in 2022, that is what you have asked us to do.
Jamie Dykes is the state's attorney for Wicomico County.
Wicomico County, specifically Salisbury, Maryland, is in the throes of a gang war. Battles are being executed by high schoolers, illegally armed, with handguns and extended magazines, over teenaged notions of disrespect. The war between our east and our west sides floods our streets and our schools.
Montgomery County State's Attorney John McCarthy told the committee that a recent report showing juvenile arrests down is a misleading indicator of what they're seeing, noting the numbers from 2019 to now.
The auto theft is up from 44 to 364. That's up. Carjacking's up 200%. Gun offenses are up 220%. The kinds of cases that the community is really interested in are all up and staggeringly up in huge numbers. Arrests for liquor issues, in my case, over the last 4 years, go from 107 to 16. CDS arrests go from 344 to 33. Vandalisms go from 48 to 8.
Natasha Dartigue heads the state's Office of the Public Defender, which handles about 95% of all of the state's juvenile court matters.
Incarceration hurts our children. Maryland has had a long problematic reliance on system involvement and carceral responses. Prevention strategies are what will be key to keeping both our children and our communities safe.
Dartigue told the lawmakers that talk of accountability must be considered in terms of restorative justice.
When we speak with victims, we find that they prefer alternatives to incarceration beyond prison to hold people accountable. Even victims agree that if children become system involved, that they must focus on rehabilitation.
And Secretary of Juvenile Services Vincent Giraldi said accountability can come in many different forms.
Kids are often ordered to pay restitution, and we're required to supervise that and make sure it happens. If they don't, we're required to report it. And then sometimes the kids get, when their probation ends, civil judgments that follow them into adulthood. Sometimes kids are put on probation or pre-court supervision, and being under supervision is an accountability measure. It's not prison, but it's not nothing.
This briefing was just a first in a series of briefings the committee will be holding as it prepares to tackle the challenges facing the juvenile justice system this session. I'm Sue Copen for State Circle.